Okay, hello guys, it's Blackout here and today we are here for more Wi-Fi League content. And this time we are in the Ian World Trophy, Season 3 I think. And yeah, it's definitely happy time to be playing in Wi-Fi again after our last APA Academy run. And this time the league is pretty normal, there's no low tier stuff, it's pretty basic. This draft system is a bit new to me as it's more of a like normal point system instead of what AutoMatthic usually runs in his leagues. So it's a bit new thing for me, but that should it's not too different. It's just different numbers, smaller numbers. Usually it's like 200 is the best man. Now it's 20 points. So it's a small difference, but like there's some categories that wouldn't be there in the draft system that I've used to play. But yeah, like we went big number. I think we were, let's see, I think I was like 11th out of 16. If I'm right about this, 11th maybe. No, we were 14th out of 16, so we were really at the like last picks of the first round, so we wouldn't get any like super good picks like Lando, Coco wouldn't drop to us. Of course, Dragapult was there and Mew was allowed, and then the Manit and Kalla was also allowed. So like those we wouldn't get, but stuff after that, there's Mons. I wasn't really looking forward to like drafting any specific Mon this draft. Of course, every time it's Gen 8 draft, I'm always like, okay, where can I fit Obstagoon in here? But spoilers, there's no Obstagoon in this draft, so that's that. But big number one, let's hop straight into it, is Yirachi for me. It's 18-point Mons. So Yirachi was there, and there was stuff like Celesteela, I think, available. Stuff like Zygarde also available. Melmetal, I think, was also available if we are talking about steel types, but I haven't used Yirachi in a while, and it has a cool little move pool for him. It's like a mini Mew, I guess, with a Serene Grace possibility with the Iron Head and stuff. But anyways, Yirachi is just a fun man, I think. A lot of flexibility with the things it can do. It has Stealth Rocks as well, and momentum from U-turn, so it also has Wish, and yeah, it's a generally good man, I think. And I didn't want to go Zygarde or Celesteela. Celesteela I actually haven't drafted, but like it doesn't feel like a man for me, because I'm usually a guy who, if they have a man that can do specific stuff, it's usually something like that, or then I just go super random. But Celesteela is more like, it has those archetypes it's played as. It has this lead seed set, it has setup set, it has weakness policy set, it can run multitude of sets. As can Yirachi, of course, but Yirachi is more of a like wild card than a man with many specific options, I would say. Then next round, I went for Dragonite. Zygarde was still there, so one could argue that I should have gone Zygarde here. But Dragonite, that was available. Yirachi resists Ice and Rock. I felt like these two like complement each other really well. Dragonite resists Fire as well, and then is immune to Ground that Yirachi is weak to. So like this, I think made sense to me, and I wanted to use Dragonite in a draft league before, but I've just never like really gotten a chance to use it. And now it has boosts in the Gen 8, so like it has multi-scale every single time it comes in the first time. So that's awesome. But yeah, like Dragonite is just cool. It has huge base stats. I'll actually open up a place where I can check the stats. It has huge stats. It has huge attack stat at 134, and then it has really good special attack stat as well, 100. So like you can sleep on that. It can run weakness policy with the multi-scale if you are not scared of rocks. It can run just boots like DD. It has extreme speed for priority. So like And the coverage is, of course, because it's a Gen 1 mon, it has a lot of different types of moves. So that's nice. And I just wanted to use this, and I felt like Yanwell Trophy would be a good chance to use it. So that's pretty much it. And then we have Crocodile, because we don't have a Ghost Resist, we don't have a Dark Resist, and Viraj likes one of those. So we pick a Crocodile here. Crocodile is also an Electric Immunity, which is nice, and another Rock Resistance instead of Viraj, which resists Ghost, so like, and Dark. So it's just pretty good. I think it's pretty good with the resistances and immunities with the team. And of course, Krug has rocks, it has knockoff, it has Earthquake, Stab Earthquake is always nice. And it has pretty good speed there for the draft. We have 180, and then this falls in between with 92. Of course, it's nothing too fast, but it can be a Scarfer. Yeah. Nothing too special about this one. Then we have Primarina, which I love, especially in Wi-Fi. Now it gets access to Flip Turn. Last time I played with this was in APA Academy, like not last season, but season before that. And it didn't get a Flip Turn. So now it has a Flip Turn, and I loved it there. So like it has more toys. And it's a fairy type, of course. Now we have our fairy dragon Steelco. It's pretty offensive one at that. Of course, Urashi can be defensive, but like, yeah, it can run offensive as well. So they are not like super bulky mons in that sense. I don't have any like super bulky mons yet. But yeah, Primarina, great stuff. It has is like all the moves it needs. It has Moonblast, it has Energy Ball, it has Water Move, it has Ice Beam. Like you really don't need anything else on this thing. Like there's not too many mons that can actually wall this. But yeah, it has a Flip Turn, so we Flip Turn on stuff that we don't want to be on, and we go into our other mon that deals with that mon specifically. And next pick is actually a bit of a weird one. I think my draft kinda went downhill from here a little bit. But I still think it's a valid, like it's a different style of draft I've ever drafted, and like I feel like it has some merit to it. But I was like, okay, I have Primarina, how do I amplify Primarina even more? We have a Vulcanion, that does pretty much like a lot of same things than Primarina, and like same mons kinda check them. They are walled both by water types, or like grass types Vulcanion just destroys. But yeah, like they both need same kind of like a wall, and if the same wall has to take hits from both Vulcanion and Primarina, like they are not going to leave it like too many hits from both of those. So that's like my how I thought about this pick. And of course, Vulcanion doesn't have to be the water type now because I have Primarina, so it's nice. Of course, this is a really good fire resist, but it's also weak to ground, which Irachi is weak to, so like it's not the perfect mon to fit here, I think. But like Vulcanion at 11 points, it has the Steam Eruption, it has crazy special attack stat at 130. Sadly, it doesn't have Flip Turn, but it's also like first removal option outside of Dragonite with D5, which it probably doesn't want to use too much, but yeah, anyways. Next pick we have a Gaugeist, which is our ground resistance, and fighting immunity as well, because Primarina and Dragonite are not the best fighting resists. And Urashi is our psychic type and it's a steel type as well, so it doesn't resist fighting. So, and 6-point Gaugeist is, I think, really, really good mon for its points. It can set up its own trick room, it has synthesis, it has foul play, it has priority in shadow sneak, it has a frisk, which is an awesome ability. And now with the Isle of Armor, there's a Poltergeist as well, which is an insane attack. So yeah, like I think the 6 points is really good points cast for this mon, so I decided to pick it up maybe like round or two early, but I did snipe a lot of people with this, so that's fun. And I think I sniped like a whole lot of people with like Primarina as well, and yeah, and Krug as well. So like people weren't happy. And then we have Girder here. Another like lower tier mon, and we have this for our rock resistance because Irachi and Krug aren't the like bulkiest ones, and I felt like I could lose to Terrakion. Was Terrakion even drafted in the end? Let's see. But yeah, like I was really scared of Terrakion, especially because I could just lose to that mon. Terrakion wasn't even drafted, so I guess that's that. But yeah, Girder is kind of scary mon here. No, wait, no. Terrakion was a scary mon, which is one of the reasons I drafted Girder, so I wouldn't lose that mon if I had to face it during the season. And yeah, it's rock resist, it's another defogger, that's nice, because we don't have too much removal. So yeah, it's another way to like deal with normal types as well, because like bulky normal types can be annoying for our team. Especially like Snorlax, we wouldn't have really much to it, but Girder does help with that one as well. Then we have Rotom Fan, another defogger here, which actually D-Ray, I think, drafted Galarian Zapdos. And if you wanted to tell me which of these mons I have here could take a hit from Galarian Zapdos or like switch into it, yeah, I would love for people to tell me, because yeah, Rotom Fan is my Galarian Zapdos answer, which I drafted because I was super scared of that. And it's a defogger, so that's like it fits just well enough. And 5 points for Rotom Fan, it's awesome. Rotom Fan is a great man, I love it. It has Will Always Pain Split, just the general Rotom stuff, and Air Slash of course, so it can hit those grass types as well. Then we have Wigglytuff here, this was actually my normal type, and with rocks. Rook isn't like super reliable way of dealing with stuff like, let's say, Spectrier. It's not the best way to deal with. Gengar Wigglytuff isn't either because of the fairy typing. But yeah, it's my another normal answer which can run like AV to take Shadow Balls, or well, it's immune to those, but any coverage they would get for this. And then it gets Teleport, of course, and a Fat Wish user as well. So we have Irachi and Wigglytuff here as like a Fat Wish duo, which is really nice, I think. But yeah, like not super like interesting pick. It's just a normal type for me. It's not the fairy type. Of course, Primarina is not the bulkiest mon either. So like this can like be the fairy type for the team if needed. And then we have Ditto. So like at this point I was like, okay, what do I actually need? I have still quite a bit of points left. We have 14 points left here. But Ditto is something I've never used, but it's always a bit annoying to draft, like build against. So I decided, okay, let's try Ditto. It might be a fun mon to use. So like I drafted Ditto. It's not a super like how I decided this pick was I decided my last pick first. I was like, okay, I want this mon, so how many points do I have left, and which like tier do I draft first? So I have 7 points left for this pick, or like I can go a bit under like 6. There was like nothing really that special about those like tiers. There was Ditto, so I was like, okay, Ditto can always be that mon that you need to think about when prepping, because like if you bring a like super setup heavy mon, like you bring like Terrakion with Sword Dance, let's say, like Scarf Ditto just messes up that draft, or like anything around those lines. But yeah, Ditto is just here to like be the tool, like general tool for me to use. And then our last pick, we don't have speed. So what speed? Well, Scully speed is speed. So yeah, I drafted Scolipede. There wasn't too many fast mons left, I think. This was like fastest one outside of like Spectrier. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, like Spectrier, and I think Thunderous Incarnate is 111. Like those were left. Scolipede was how many points? It was 40 points. Okay, so I had to draft like there. There wasn't like Starmie. Starmie could have been one choice, but yeah. So yeah, that's like the speedy mon. Another win con here. Like we have a lot of win cons. We have like Wallbreaker Duo with Primarine and Volcanion, and then we have Scolipede as well, alongside the Dragonite, which both are like huge setup threats. And then we have Ditto to like prevent the setup win cons. So I feel like I have like a solid ways to win games. I don't think this is like any means the best draft, but I do think like when you prep for my team, like you have to think about a lot of the different stuff, like how you don't lose to Scolipede, how you don't lose to Dragonite, how can you wall of Primarine and Volcanion if they both come to the same match, and how do I like not make myself vulnerable to Ditto. And then there's the cheeky win con in Jirachi, which can be like the Choice Scarf, Iron Head, like basic stuff, or it can run the Cosmic Power, Sword Power stuff, which is like really hard to deal with if you don't have a solid Dark type. Of course, like solid Dark type checks from my side are Primarina and Girder. They are not the best. I could have like really good fighting type instead of the Primarina maybe here. But yeah, like this. It's not perfect, but I do think I have a solid like draft plan here and how it should play out. Definitely not doing any transactions in the first few weeks at least, because I do want to like see how people team build against this and how can I utilize this draft and see how it goes from there. But yeah, anyways, thank you for watching, and we are going to be uploading on every Thursday, I believe. Oh yeah, so yeah, every Thursday is a upload day, so please do check every coach down below. And there's a lot of great people here. I'm again super excited to play them. And check out every weekend from now for Ian World Trophy content from every one of us. But anyways, thank you for watching. We will see you guys next week. Goodbye.